Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Dawn of Embracing Dawn and this is a message for Aries. So Aries, whenever you come across this message, it'll be relevant for you then. And just a side note that we are in Mercury retrograde when this is being recorded. So if you happen to come upon it when Mercury is in retrograde during this time period or another time period, it might be especially pertinent for you. All right, Aries, so let's get a focus card for you. And this is Awakening Consciousness. Realize that the outside world and the flow of inner emotions come and go. But you, the one that experiences these things, remains consciously aware of whatever passes before you. So this is about that awareness, that being connected. It is as we become more and more spiritually connected and spiritually aware, and we're joining, our consciousness with our physical form, which is really what we're put here to do. That's our journey, is to recognize and remember who and what we are. This is that everlasting presence, and it's always in there on some level, in a small voice inside of you. Could be a loud voice inside of you, depending on your level of connection and your frequency that you're vibrating at the time, Aries. But this is all about that, that space where nothing can ever be affected. And it's to remind us that there's the circumstances that go on outside of us, and the body mind, the way that our ego has been it's trained itself to sort of take over. We are reclaiming that. We have a space for the ego. We need to use our minds, but that is not the driver of our lives. They are not the drivers of our lives, and it's our job to rein that in again, to put it in its perspective and its place, because it does have an important place in space. The ego is about fight and flight. It's about protection. But the ego over time, millennia, has, it's created its own stories, and it's really taken over as the driver of our lives. And so we emotionally react to things. We are impacted by external events more than perhaps we need to be. And that our solutions are always, they come from inside, Aries. Our solutions always come from inside. And there's a little bit of emotion stewing up here within me, so this may be quite powerful for some of you. But let's take a look here. We've got 3 cards that popped out. I'm just looking to see if any others are going to come forward before we cut for the rest. Okay, so we're going to cut for the remaining cards. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. It's fascinating to me how many cards are repeating through all of the messages this morning. I've done a series of messages this morning, and there are a number of key cards that, keep coming up and repeating. So we're going to take a look at the numbers first of all. You do have some major arcana in each row coming through. And out of 9 cards, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of them are major, 4 of them are major arcana, and 1, 2 of them are dealing with your mental body, and 1 of them is with one of your chakras as well. So, and then we've got 1 which is in the pentacles. It would be the pentacles in the material plane. So in terms of numbers, no numbers are repeating on their own. No numbers are repeating on their own. Okay, so, but we do have a 6, 7, 8 in sequence here, a 6, 7, 8. So pay attention perhaps to that. Okay, so let's get started. Trapped in fear, mental body, number 8. So this would be like the 8 of Swords, where you've, on some level, you've been experiencing some kind of fear, and it has to do with the outside world and the flow of what's going on in your outside world and how your emotions are being triggered by that. So Aries, some of you that are connecting in with this already, this is connecting into triggers. This is connecting into old stuff, and we're always constantly transmuting that old stuff, right? Old cellular memories come up from experiences in the shadow that need to be transmuted and dealt with. Old baggage, like we like to call it, you know, triggers are coming up in current situations from past experiences. And this has left you in this space where, you know, maybe in the recent past or even right now, you're sitting in this space where you're kind of trapped by that. You're stunned. You're not sure what to do. You know, you're just sort of sitting there, and that's kind of like where you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go, and so you're just sort of frozen there. And this is thought based. So thoughts are ruminating, going through over and over and over and over again. You know. And with you being fire sign, you know, you're not really about that mental body so much, but you're definitely stuck here in this space. And, you know, this is leading you to, by going into this stillness and realizing your solutions are within and facing this shadow work, we call it, lean into this, shine the light on this, whatever this fear-based vibration is, Aries, for those of you connecting in, shine that light right on it and bring it up. Look at it. It dissipates the fear energy of it, and it's bringing you to a space of new beginnings. This would be the Fool in a regular tarot. This is the new beginnings, the 0 mark, the beginning of a brand new journey. You are being invited to start. I have goosebumps. This is a very important reading for somebody. I don't know who, but it's very important to somebody because I've got all kinds of signs and signals from the universe saying, pay attention. You know, you're being invited into a new cycle, a new beginning here, and you have to overcome these old fears, you know, and not allow yourself to be trapped by the past. And I'm seeing like cement around your ankles. I'm seeing you being held down, and I'm seeing that it's almost like there's shoes in the cement, and at any time, if you just undid the shoes, you could step out of what's holding you down. This is fascinating to me. I don't usually get this kind of imagery in a reading like this, a general reading, but it is like you're trapped standing in this, you know, in these cement blocks, but there's actually shoes on top of them. And if you came to the understanding, the realization, if you just undid those shoes, you could step out of that and transmute that energy. So Aries, you've got some shadow work here, some things that are coming up from your past, distant past, recent past. I would suggest that recent past external events in your life have triggered old things for you, some deep stuff, and it's coming up and rearing itself right in front of you, and it needs to be looked at. And here's the thing, Aries, you know, when we don't look at the stuff, when we press it down, we suppress it, we repress it, we force it to stay inside the mental, physical, emotional body, then it just accumulates, and the universe just keeps bringing opportunities to us to release that. So when you don't pay attention and release it when it comes up the first time or the second time, then the stakes get higher, and the universe brings that to you even more so, stronger. The message is stronger. It's more in your face. You know, it's forcing you to deal with it, or it's giving you the opportunity to deal with it. It's never going to force you, I guess, to do anything. We do have free will, as, you know, in human form here. However, you've got this really exciting new beginning, and it is exciting. This really exciting new beginning here that's going to come forward. It wants to break through, but you've got some stuff you've got to let go of. You've got to evolve, and you're ready to evolve, Aries. You're ready to move and elevate that frequency and experience life in a new way, because we've got a second major arcana on top of this one. So you're at the beginning of an unknown journey. You don't know the direction. You know, you're going to be happy. It's exciting. It's, you know, it's the unknown. It's mystery. but you're taking that leap because you're ready to take that leap, and it's goosebumps again. Then you have number 11, balance. This is major arcana again. So this would be, I believe it would be temperance in the regular arcana. Justice, no, would be justice. So justice and balance. So with this new outcome, with this new beginning, this new cycle that you're entering into, you've got this beautiful sense of justice that's going to come through here. You know, this, whatever's caught you in this fear-based experience that you're having, where your vibration is sitting and it's, you know, it's lower. As you move through this and you allow your universal support to come in and get those answers from within, then you're going to start this new path. And it's going to bring about justice for all parties. It's going to come from a place of integrity. It's going to align. So if there's something that's been unfair, then that's going to change. And there's going to be fairness is going to be restored for you. If there's something that's been unjust, where there's been some kind of inequality, mistreatment, then you're going to come into a space where you're going to recognize that. And you're going to speak. You're going to transmute that energy. And this is coming from your heart space. We have number 4, heart chakra. So this is coming from your heart space here. That's what's being affected the most right now by whatever this experience is for those Aries that are connecting into this. It's really affecting your heart. So it's not just the mind, it's the heart space as well. And the mind is just spinning, 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 spinning. And it's affecting, you know, that your love center really, right? And you need patience here. You've got this major arcana, which is patience, and this would be temperance, I think. Just want to check, yes. So it's looking after yourself health-wise, finding balance. You know, this is very important here, having patience with yourself, not necessarily with others. It's having patience with yourself and really leaning into others nurturing you and being patient with you as you move through this process. You know, this is a process for you. This is some deep stuff, Aries, that, again, those of you that are connecting, it's a general read, but this has a beautiful, positive, uplifting outcome for you. But you've got some stuff here that's, again, like I said, this is deep trigger stuff that is reared up and it's facing you right now. And there is justice, there is going to be balance, but you need to have patience. People around you need to have patience with you and with your process. That's coming through very strong. The people around you need to have patience with you and your process. I can't stress that enough. And then we've got moving on. And this again is the mental body. So, you know, you may come to a resolution. You may come to a space. You will. The cards are suggesting that you will come to this space. And the next 3 cards are beautiful, you know. So you are going to move through this energy, but you need patience. You need to be patient with yourself. You need to be patient with other, you know, they need to be patient with you, others involved in this situation or your life right now. And you deserve that, you know. So keep your boundaries in terms of the patience. And if someone isn't willing to be patient with you and allow you to process, then you need to distance yourself a little bit with this. And maybe, you know, that's an indicator with the moving on as well, is you just need to get a little bit of distance, you know, mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically, in order to give yourself the nurturing that you need to move through this. And stop beating yourself up. That's another message I'm getting here right now as well. This, again, fascinating to me. I don't usually get these clear, sentient messages through. I'll get the odd thing, but this is coming through very, very clearly and specifically. Don't allow someone to undermine your process, you know, and don't beat yourself up about whatever this is, because this feels like it's a repeating cycle for you, Aries, that's connecting into this. And you just need to see it for what it is. It's okay. That was then, you know, and this is now, and you see it now. You're willing to look at it now. You're gaining the strength now. So this is all that matters, is right now. What is gone is done. You know, it's in the past. It's the outcome of whatever that was is there. It's finished. So be good to yourself. Don't beat yourself up for all of the woulda, shoulda, couldas in the past, you know, for what it is that you didn't do then. You know now. And when you know better, you do better. And maybe you saw it before and you didn't respond in the way that you knew that you needed to for whatever those reasons were. You know, that's personal for you. That's your journey. And you need to honor that journey. That's okay. That's what you needed to do then, Aries. It isn't what you need to do now. Now you need to move on. In whatever capacity that means, you know, whatever that means to you. So if that is a relationship you need to move on from, if that is a leaning in that you need to do towards resolving a core issue with you, with an archetype, then you're leaning into that. You're moving forward, you know. If it is that it's a job or something connected to finances, although this is more mental body and heart space, so this feels more relationshipy to me, then it feels materialistic, but you know, one can connect with the other. Just you've got to allow yourself to move through that process and honor who you are. And those that vibrate in that space of love with you and for you will have grace and allow that to happen. And if they don't, then you need to set your boundaries and you need to make that for you. I don't know if you can see that I'm twitching, but there's a lot going on under the surface here. So this change for you is going to lead to some material recognition and reward. So this is on the material plane. So this could be recognition from others in the workspace, others in your social grouping, others in terms of finance. You're going to receive some kind of acknowledgement or recognition for what you're doing, the decision you make moving forward, and it's going to lead to some kind of reward for you. This could be an internal reward, heart space, that then manifests itself in the physical, in your physical situations and existence, because this is a card that relates to the physical. Then we've got another major arcana here, 7, Triumph. This would be the Chariot. See the Chariot's moving forward? He's got the light behind him. He's flying on that horse. So you are going to take action. You're going to choose a direction, Aries, and that is going to take you into an absolutely beautiful space because you have one of the most ultimate cards coming in, Major Arcana, once again, to round out this reading. So this is deep stuff for you. This is about you. This is about not about another. This is about you. And this is all about transmitting and transmuting this deep stuff that maybe you haven't looked at in a way you need to in the past. You're ready to do that. You've got the strength to do that. And it's going to lead to a very, very positive outcome. You are going to be moving on from this, moving through this. It could strengthen an existing connection, union that you have with someone, or, you know, it could be time to move on. It will be different for everyone. But the decision that you make as you take this action of the Chariot moving forward is going to lead you to the Major Arcana, which is the universe, the world, fulfillment, success, all the things. It's going to lead you to a space of all the things. And you're going to be so much lighter than where you started on this journey here with this being trapped in fear. You know, you're starting this new journey. It's going to bring about justice. It's going to balance things with the Temperance, bring back some integrity, bring back some, you know, some new boundaries and come into alignment with who it is you really are and vibrate in a space where you really are meant to be right now, Aries, because you're oscillating. You're not quite vibrating in the space that you need to be. Okay, let's pull a little of this here. And please click like and subscribe if you could and help me to stay connected with you and share with others. I would really appreciate that. And we're just going to pull a couple of gateway cards here just to see what the final messages might be coming out. One usually pops out, but if it doesn't, okay, this one, yeah, that totally makes sense in this one. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Receiving from angels, shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. So you've got universal support. You've got the universe here and you've got this here. This is lovely. Pay attention to your guides. You know, pay attention to passed on loved ones. If there's a scent, if there's a flower, if there's a bird, some kind of signal or symbol that they're with you, those are going to show up right now. Repeating numbers, lyrics and songs, you know, that's how angel energy comes. and ask it. You know, they will not interfere with your free will. So just intend it, or you can voice it, but intend and ask that you receive their support, their guidance, their love, and their nurturing, and that will come to you. And then trusting your intuition, my life is truly guided. That's a beautiful outcome, and I almost want to cry. I'm getting emotional, and the crown is filling up here. You need to trust yourself, Aries, because whatever this is, whatever's happened here, or you're in the unfolding of right now, this has really taken you down, you know, to a place that it's a lower vibration. It's in the past, and it may be presenting itself now in the present as well. But you are beyond this. Whatever this is, you are beyond this, and it is time to step into really what you're worth. I don't even know. There's nothing more to say. It's really what you're worth, Aries. So before I do start to cry, I'm going to close this message and say, have a beautiful, beautiful day. And remember to live big and shine your light bright. Until next time.